matches are coming, boss, and we are here at Turmoil 325. It is time for our main event and championships galore here. We have a unified, undisputed OCW World Tag Team Championship rematch here for our main event, boss. From thrown together to #1 contenders, the Pivot, Anthony Martin, Paul Harris have arrived.
They take on Mass Effect in our go-home show, the OCW Unified World Tag Team Champions. This is, as the kids say, Le Rubber match. Round 3, winner take all. Loser goes home and eats McDonald's or something. Nasty work.
And now we await the illustrious champions who have held those titles so proudly since capturing them. The team of Devin Flash and Riot, Jason Clinton sensation. It goes without saying they have taken down nearly every team that has been put in front of them since capturing the gold, with the exception of the 2 men standing in front of them. While they did pick up a massive championship defense in the rematch at Summerside, it was the initial upset that the Pivot held over Mass Effect that earned them that match, and indeed this one as well.
It be like that sometimes. Sometimes you don't know where the pendulum swings in OCW, but now it's time to do or die for the Pivot, and time for Mass Effect to potentially put a pin in the Pivot and move on with their tag team career, if they can withstand the unlikely duo that is Anthony Martin and Paul Harris. Hydration situation, Jake Allen.
The OCW Undisputed World Tag Team Championships are up for grabs in our main event in a jam-packed Barclays Center. Crowd here in Brooklyn at a fever pitch for the challengers, the Professor, Anthony Martin, the Alkaline, Paul Harris.
There they are, the Unified World Tag Team Champions of OCW, Devin Flash and Riot.
And boss, this is more than championships on the line right now. Mass Effect has been looking to put down the Pivot, as you mentioned. Megan, throw them up! Ooh, you know I get excited for a little championship action here on TV.
Oh, yeah, when they get tossed up, you get excited, baby.
Ever since that upset victory the Pivot had over Mass Effect has told anybody that will listen, they're just 2 guys thrown together. They're not a real tag team like Mass Effect. The Pivot have proven everybody wrong. They have elevated each other after both being a little bit lost at that point in their career several months ago. And Riot right now looking to make Paul Harris a little bit more lost as the big man with a scoop slam and a power bomb to cover right in the Pivot corner. And Riot, as he is wont to do, boss, off to a very quick start.
You talk about elevated. That's how Riot started the show, elevating Paul Harris. And now he's on the outside trying to get to the inside. Paul Harris puts a fist up right there. Smack dab. Some hands up. Doesn't matter. Nice, beautiful little swingy thing of the arms, baby. And now comes some tag team action. Potentially Jake Allen.
And we will get our first tag team action. This cooperative offense by the Pivot. And it keeping it simple there. European uppercut followed by a swinging neck breaker. Anthony Martin going to go right for the cover. This is what makes the Pivot dangerous and the reason that they are the lone blemish on Mass Effect's tag team record here in Season 19. That fast-paced offense and always being willing to try and win the match at any time.
That is a well-stated Anthony Martin, the Professor, a veteran of, 13 years, Jake Allen. Anthony Martin's been the main man who's been taking the L's for the Pivot, but don't say he's the weak link, Jake Allen. I don't think Anthony Martin's the weak link. These 2 work well together. They just have to get on the same page, and it could be curtains for Mass Effect.
Near 20-year veteran in the industry is Anthony Martin, making his return to OCW, and he certainly brings a lot to the table, hence why he was once the running man, the professor of a former OCW World Heavyweight Champion and Hall of Famer. So people know that he brings something to the table. Oh. And right now, Ryvon trying to rip it right off of the table and go right for the cover after that spine buster. We know that Devin Flash, who we see on the apron there, his Dev Buster, has concussed quite a few of our wrestlers in the locker room, boss. And Ryvon trying to show off his own spine buster skills there.
I mean, that Dev Buster has taken out Chance Williams, so let's not mince facts. Devin Flash is a blue chip, but Devin Flash is the future of OCW. And right now, Devin Flash and Ryvon are the current unified tag team champions. Young, powerful, up and coming, and doing the dirty work. Who took a little too long. That's the inexperience versus Anthony Martin and Devin Flash took a little too long trying to get powerful with it, but still Devin Flash powers through with some raw brutality, some brutalism, if you will, Jake Allen.
We have seen championships defended. Riot, Turmoil, and on freemium live events on twitch.tv/OCWFED. So you can never get too comfortable, and that's the thing about Mass Effect. We talk a lot about the great tag champions of old, A-Team, Sanctum, Lucha Country, and the like. Mass Effect fits perfectly right in that list of teams, boss.
You almost forgot the most important one, CQC, Jake Allen. Trying to remember the basics.
How could I?
And the basics right now of fundamental wrestling is Paul Harris doing the basic collar elbow tie-up, twisting up Devin Flash's arms. If Devin Flash can't pick you up, and he can't hit that inner flash if his arm ain't working, who's not going to hit that full efficiency. And some fingy action, Jake Allen, your favorite.
And now, big-time offense there from Paul Harris. And you mentioned going after that arm. Paul Harris is making it his mission to take out the most dangerous weapon in Devin Flash arsenal.
You might be going for some fingy food if Devin Flash isn't careful. Jesus Christ, a big punch in the face. That's the power.
Devin Flash clearly unhappy that his arm is being targeted, showing off that Paul Harris's offense not affecting him too much, and now diving for the corner, and he's cut off by Devin Flash. Anthony Martin getting in the ring, and things are starting to break down here. Referee trying to gain some control from both members. Martin still in the ring, and it gives Paul Harris the opportunity to go right back after the arm.
He used Anthony Martin as a bit of a human shield, if you will. Just knocked another sucker into a sucker, if you will. Dragon Screw, shame on you, by Devin Flash.
And the Dragon Screw used against Paul Harris. A bit of insult to injury there, setting up for that big-time neck breaker. The power of Devin Flash on display. Certainly big things coming in the future of Devin Flash. Big things coming right now in the present for Paul Harris. The cover after that ataxia driver. But Harris able to kick out before the count of one.
Oh, I think he slipped on that. Got a little frustrated. He's getting kicked with it. Last time these two men in singles competition, Devin Flash defeated Paul Harris back in 2023 at Riot 613. Oh, big shot. Some jabby jab, baby. Winding it up, big uppercut.
It has been back and forth between these two teams for the better part of the second half of 2024, boss. And they can't get enough of each other. At least that is true for the Pivot side, the challengers here. But I got to say, I think Mass Effect would like to send the Pivot the way of Grit and Glory, retiring them as a team permanently. Looking to do that as well as hang on to their titles here tonight. Butterfly suplex regains the control. Here comes Martin. Here comes Ryvon.
And there comes big old Ryvon. And little twisty action into it. Beautiful power bomb right there. Taking a little took out of Anthony Martin. Look, he's grabbing his hip like all elderly relics do, Jake Allen. Oh, boy. Having some trouble.
The veteran there. They call him the professor for a reason, Jason Sensation. He's been studying up whatever that power bomb was, how he got into it. Very creative, using his agility over the big, wide Ryvon.
Studies a lot of things. Cooking is not one of them. Right now, Ryvon going to take it back to the friendly corner. Maybe some no tag team action. Amar said, not today, brother. You see that kinesio tape on his shoulder from Ryvon. That was back in that tables, ladders, and chairs match at On Deadly Ground. Surprised he's still here standing, but here he is standing triumphantly. Oh, little Polish hammer action. Did not connect.
Did not connect as you know, we say a lot to put your hands up and play defense, and Anthony Martin is doing just that right now. He got caught in a submission maneuver, and that's creative. Stunner!
right for the foot, and it's you don't exert a lot of energy with a start. Oh, big shot. Devin took a shot, and Anthony Martin responded and got caught in the back. Indeed, Jake Allen, a huge mistake. The last time Rivon and Anthony Martin met each other was at Riot 625 back in August, and guess what? Rivon was victorious. Will history repeat itself, Jake Allen? Will it? I don't know. Maybe not. Here comes Paul Harris.
And Paul Harris, the legal man in this one right now. Anthony Martin has been on the receiving end of a few pinfalls in this storied rivalry over the last few months. Paul Harris now trying to exert his own dominance over Rivon, trying to win his first championship in OCW. Rivon obviously doesn't want to let that happen, doesn't want to let this historic reign end on Turmoil, but he may not have a choice as Paul Harris again sneaking around the powerhouse offense into a submission, but it can only last so long, boss.
Stretching him out just like Rivon was successful against Anthony Martin. Paul Harris was successful against Rivon a couple shows back in July on Turmoil. So there's a lot of history between these teams, whether in singles competition or tag team action. It's anybody's game ball when it comes to the squared circle. Nice dragon screw, Jake Allen. I saw you. I heard you saying got it.
When Luis Thoreau met agony there, that's the dragon screw from Paul Harris, getting one back on Rivon and going right to the corner for some more tag team action. And we're going to go right back to the uppercut and another swinging neck breaker. Rivon is down, and he is in a lot of trouble. No cover this time from Anthony Martin. He's going to follow right up.
He's in a bad way right now. The problem with Mass Effect is that they might be taking the pivot not as seriously as they should, and that will come to bite them back in the ass. Let us not forget the reason we're here today was because of that, I guess some would say, fluke victory with the pivot. Back then, it was just Anthony Martin and Rivon. I'm sorry, Anthony Martin and Paul Harris, rather. All those. And there,
we have a quick tag, and now it'll be Paul Harris and Devin Flash. Quick tags from both teams. Rivon looking uncharacteristically nervous there as he quickly tagged in Devin Flash, who is the fresher of the two. This is not the kind of defensive play we're used to seeing from Mass Effect. And Paul Harris going to take advantage, going right back to that arm. You nailed it at the beginning of the match here, boss. Paul Harris does not want that in a flash to be an option at any point during tonight's contest.
He's doing anything he can to make sure he doesn't catch in the flash. And right now, Devin Flash is in a hell of a bad way.
Whoa!
Wheel kick hoot.
They think it's all over, not once but twice, and now using the left hand, and Devin Flash with the shuffle, finishing it up with that damaged right arm. That was about to be a quick wheel kick to victory for the challengers, but instead, Devin Flash off the ropes looking for something. He got caught. Paul Harris, the power to get out of trouble there from whatever Devin had planned.
I think he was trying to get flashy with it, and he just didn't have enough range on it, and they thought it was all over. That's what Paul Harris did. That was twice tic-tac-toe, and now we're in the deep end. As Tiberius Dupree says, we got to roll up Connor with the bridge.
And we are wrestling right now.
Wrestling.
Both men very talented in the ground game, and you're seeing it right there. No huge covers. They think it's all over. The whale kick isn't all over. Anthony Martin playing to the crowd. 1, 2, and not able to stop the pin breakup. You see Harris and Martin exchanging some words there. That could have been the opportunity, but Martin will be tagged in as the legal man as Devin Flash rolls to the outside to recover, boss.
And you saw Rivon giving him a little pelvic thrust. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's the only saving grace that Mass Effect has now. Now they are in deep trouble. A little scoops up. It's gonna be up to Anthony Martin now to seal the deal for his team.
And again, using a damaged right arm, you can see him leaning on it as he gets back to his feet. Not as much power behind the offense coming from that right arm, and Anthony Martin proving it right now. Big follow-up. What do we got here? Roll out cutter, Anthony Martin. This could be all she wrote for Mass Effect. 1, 2. The 81 special has ended the reign of Mass Effect on Turmoil 325. What an unbelievable upset, recapturing the magic. Who's thrown together now, boys? We've got new World Tag Team Champions.
Paul Harris, Anthony Martin have climbed to the mountaintop and have took the what you call it, the weight off their shoulder, the chip off their shoulder, if you will, becoming tag team champions of a unified variation in online championship wrestling. That's the Go Home Show. Thank you very much. If there's more to come, there's more to come. If not, we'll see you. We'll see you next week for 20 years anniversary show. It's been 20 years, and God, I am so tired. Join us. Matches, gold, glory await you on December 21st, 2024. Ciao, Bella.